The KD is not a leader, man, but he
That's
could
what
be
I'm
a good
saying. Yeah,
he could
he's
be
a
a
good
good team.
piece.
He could be a good team player.
But who's the leader on the Nets if KD is not the leader?
They don't have no leader.
There you go. And then you're not gonna win
Who
like that.
Blake Griffin gonna be one?
Let me ask you about the playoffs. First, I want to ask you who you think is going to be in the finals. I want to skip to that so then we can start talking about some of the stuff we want to talk about. Who is your prediction out of the East and the West?
The East, I know who. You probably got Milwaukee out the East.
Uh-huh.
Milwaukee or
The Sixers. Who you think?
Miami. Walkers or Miami. And the West, you probably got Golden State. If nobody get hurt, Golden State will probably take it.
So I got Golden State coming out of the West. And I want to almost pick. I'm gonna pick the Sixers just because you picked Milwaukee. Because I was
Sixers.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it, but just to be different, I'm gonna go with the Sixers. But then I want to talk about James Harden.
Okay.
What's up with James Harden? Is he just not good? I mean, because he can score. He can't play defense that well. But is he ever gonna be a factor in the playoffs?
I haven't followed James Harden since he left the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
But with James Harden, I don't want to talk bad about the brother. But how old is the guy?
I'll look it up real quick.
Because James Harden is one of those type of, my opinion, James Harden is one of those type of players that God gave him a gift.
32.
32.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't work. I don't think he really works on that gift. So he does it like train, he just has a gift and just ride with it.
Right.
Because he'll come in the league, he'll come in the season out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
And he allowed the season to get him into shape.
In shape, right. And that's not good. It'll work for a little bit, and like you can beat some easy teams, but when you're in the playoffs, it's serious. People are locked into you, and you got to be ready to play. But his style of basketball is almost similar to Russell Westbrook. I'm not saying that he shoot like Russell Westbrook.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's shooting like that, but I'm just saying, like, he'll slash to the hole, and it's working for now. I think James Harden's gonna get to a point where he's not gonna be able to slash like that, and if his shot is not working, I don't know. Like, his basketball IQ doesn't seem to be there all the way. Like, he can make plays, but as far as being a main point guard and making Philadelphia better, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to do it.
Well, this year you've seen James Harden kind of decline.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's about one step off, and I think he's probably going down here from here. And also they changed the foul rule, so he can't get to the line like he wanted to. Or something.
And they don't call games the same way in the playoffs. Like, you can go he likes to go to the hole and draw contact and get buckets that way, but they're not gonna always call that in the playoffs, especially because they're not gonna put you to the free throw line 20 times so you can get 20 points easily. And then you're in rhythm and you're playing good. They're gonna make you shoot them threes and you're gonna get knocked around in the playoffs.
And that's how it's supposed to play, like they're doing KD, Kevin Durant.
That's what I want to talk about too, because we talked about Kevin Durant. He's not like LeBron. He's not a player who can take over when he needs to. And
he could. But
you think it's injuries? You think
no, man, he's too light. Man, the man is 6 foot tall, weigh 150. Now, what they doing to him? They playing how basketball is supposed to be. It still is a physical sport.
Mm-hmm.
And the first two games, you allowed to touch a person off the ball. A person could be running, you could touch him. The only thing you had to do with Kevin Garnett is put a bottle over every time.
Right.
Lean on him. If he run across you, lean on him a little bit. Now you can't do all that once he gets the ball in his hands. Then they be foul. But just touch him. You get him off balance.
And that's throwing him off enough where, like, he can shoot. He's tall enough and long enough. He can get his shot and it be uncontested for the most part. But that's still not enough. Like basketball is a full game. Like you have to be on offense, defense. You have to be making the right plays. You have to get everybody in rhythm. I just don't think Kevin Durant can get people in rhythm. Kyrie, he can kind of get people in rhythm, but it's a team sport. It's a team sport.
Man, look at this. You got the two best scorers in the NBA right now. And don't even say Kev Curry, Allen, the Warriors. He ain't the best scorer. We know this.
What you mean scorer?
If you need buckets, if you need somebody that's drop in buckets, you got the two best in the league on the same team right now.
You're right.
And look at them. That's all they could do. Just drop buckets. And with KD, he forgot how to play basketball back in the day.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like he was on the Warriors, and they have a great system, and he is just a piece. He can just score. He can play some defense, but they have a really good, solid team when he was on the Warriors. Now he's on the Nets. They don't have an identity. Their coach. Steve Nash is their coach. He's not even doing anything. Like he's not running any plays beneficial to Kevin Durant and Kyrie to get the team involved more. So it's just kind of like it's just two people going. It's your turn. It's my turn. We'll pass it around. We'll work whoever else in if we can. But you can't win in the playoffs like that. You can win some games in the regular season, but you're not winning the playoff games.
Well, here's another thing. 2 years ago, they messed up. Steve Kerr used his privilege to get that job. Right. He should never had the opportunity to get. Never been a coach before, and you get two of the top 5 scorers in the league right here at the same time.
And meanwhile, you had Mark Jackson. Y'all could have gave Mark Jackson that position.
Of course, and let Kyrie Irving be the shooting guard. You get your point guard, and the best thing about KD is a team player.
Mm-hmm.
Just do your thing, shoot that thing off the KD, let him shoot that ball.
Right.
KD don't need to be running to shoot. He can shoot.
Right. I just think the coach is a problem. Kyrie, and I don't know if Kyrie want to play. I don't think he cared whether they win or lose. Like he enjoys playing basketball. He enjoys scoring, but he ain't really die hard. Like he got a championship. He like, I'm not really that into it. Kevin Durant's not that into it. I don't think they're gonna be able to get out of this round with Boston.
What you mean, Kevin Durant not really into it?
He not. What
you mean?
I think these new players, they're more worried about their life outside of basketball. When Jordan was playing, when all these other players were playing, it seemed like they took the game of basketball a little more serious. These players, they have their next stuff in life already on their mind. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Like you should be planning for your future because I think they understand that basketball isn't everything. I have a life outside of basketball. But when you think like that, it's going to affect your real life. I mean, it's going to affect your performance on the court.
You ever heard of a player named Damian Lillard?
Yeah.
He played for the Blazers.
I kind of forgot about him. Yeah.
Now, he took a position completely opposite what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
He said back in the day, players didn't worry about if they wasn't in the game, they wasn't practicing. They only practiced when it came to practice. Mm-hmm. Damian Lillard, he said this in a recent interview that players now, they practice all the time to get their game better. So do you think players back then practice on the off season?
I think the ones that are really like Jordan. Jordan didn't care about his personal life. He didn't care about his family. He wasn't really thinking outside of the basketball. He was thinking now. I want to win now. I think Barkley was kind of like that too. Like some of our great players in the 90s, Karl Malone. Karl Malone was thinking about playing, getting better, working on their system. Like teams back in the day, they were structured great. I mean, they had really good teams like the Seattle team. All these teams, they were working together. I don't think players are working together on the same page like they were back in the day. Like, how you think Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are talking to each other? You think they're working on how to be stronger teammates, how to get everybody involved? Or you think they're worrying about their own personal game? I just think it's just not the same. I just think they're not working to build that team core. Like Golden State is a good team.
Because they play team
Boston,
basketball.
yeah, Boston Celtics. That's a good team. They're working together. It's not that many egos like that where it's like I need to be focusing on me. James Harden, he's not a team player like that.
Well,
Ben Simmons too. Ben Simmons not, their core is off. You're not going to win without having a good core as a basketball team.
now I want to put what you saying on KD. I think KD wants to win. I think KD practiced a lot.
I haven't seen an interview where KD sound like he's frustrated or like we need to get it together. Like even LeBron will be like, we're losing, we need to get it together. And they didn't even make the playoffs. KD just doesn't have that in him like LeBron has.
KD is not a leader, man, but
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he could be a good team. He could be a good team player.
But who's the leader on the Nets if KD is not the leader?
They don't have no leader.
There you go. And then you're not gonna win like that.
Blake Griffin gonna be one.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do the Nets think they're gonna win without having a real leader? And Kevin Durant need to step into that position. It's like he don't even want to step into that position.
That's not his personality, man.
You're right. And that's not the personality of a lot of players, nowadays. Like they don't want to take the blame. They don't want to take the team on their shoulders. Not that many people can deal with that.
Shit, Jordan wasn't a leader. I said it. He was a dictator.
Right,
okay, that's a leader. That's a leader,
yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Jordan force his will on the team and his opponents. So that's what I'm saying. KD can do that. I could see KD taking over some games, but he just doesn't do it on a regular, I guess, basis. Like he can do it when he want to, but it's like he don't feel like it. Like Kevin Durant should look at the score. Hold up, I'm Kevin Durant. I'm about to take this. I'm gonna come down the court. I'm shooting it right in your face. He just don't have that in him. He can do.
They putting the body on him, man. They touching him, man.
Right. Oh, you run around the screen.
He can't do that if somebody touch you. You be off balance.
You're right. But that's what I'm saying. You have to want it though. I just don't think he wanted like that. But we'll see what happens. I think they're gonna get eliminated, which is gonna be sad. But
I want to see. I can't wait to see if they get swept. I want to see. That's what it's looking like. I wasn't saying it's sharp the next day. Undisputed. How your best player go get
right? He was right. That's what I'm saying. Because Skip love Kevin Durant, say he's the best player in the world, and be killing LeBron on everything he do. I haven't really watched the show to see what he's said about Kevin Durant, Skip lately. So it'll be interesting to see. Has he been shooting him some bail?
Shannon Sharp said KD is playing like Russell Westbrook. With no shots. Right. He turned into Russell Westbrook. No shots. But if they can say, one thing I like about basketball is a superstar cannot win a game, cannot win a championship for you.
Right,
it can't happen.
Right.
Only a team that plays like a team could win a championship.
Right.
During a regular season, superstars could take you all the way there.
That's true.
But when it comes to playoffs, you got to play team basketball now.
And that's why the Warriors won like they did. The Spurs, they had great systems, and you need that in basketball to win.
You're right.
Another thing, go ahead.
KD should have stayed his ass with the damn Warriors. They could have won. They could have won after 2 years. They could have won every single year.
Right, but why do you think he left? You think he left just because he was like, "Well, I can do this on my own," or it's not the same winning with a system that's already in place? Like I need to go try to make my own thing. Or you think he just wanted to live? Maybe want to live in New Jersey or wherever the Nets are. What are they in Brooklyn? Yeah, he maybe want to live in Brooklyn.
Well, watch this. I think the reason Kevin Garnett left because he was the stepdaddy going to a house with the mama have 4 male kids,
right?
And all of them they'll work together, but they could team up on your ass. And he was the stepdaddy, so sometimes the stepdaddy ain't want it because we don't need you here,
right? And I think he knew that they were going to try to build something in Brooklyn, but just think because they just had Harden, Durant, and Kyrie Irving. Like I say, sometimes stuff sound good on paper, but when you actually playing with these people, it has to gel, or it's just not gonna work.
Charles Barkley said this 2 years ago. They're gonna have the dribbling squad. Everybody just gonna be
Right.
dribbling, and that's what they're doing now. No
Right.
basketball. I'm dribbling,
I'm just
dribbling.
dribbling one-on-one. Everybody, but you're not gonna be able to win like that because people are just gonna be standing around and they're not gonna, feel involved. Like basketball is supposed to flow. Like you should be passing, dishing, making the right plays for the easy shot. But if you just playing one-on-one, it ain't gonna work. People not gonna get hot. Basketball is a feeling. Like you got to feel it. Like when you passing that ball around and it's clicking on all cylinders and you feel it, the whole team is gonna be ready to play and you're gonna be on a different level. But this one-on-one stuff, man, it's not gonna work.
You can't do it. That's why your boy. I hate to say it. That's why your boy AI couldn't win nothing.
I was just thinking about it.
He get that ball. He pull that ball down right here.
Right.
I'm about to score. That's the only thing about
it. Right. And I was watching something. They had like a little clip on YouTube. It was with Carmelo. He was just shooting. He was just knocking them down. And I was thinking a lot of NBA players can shoot wide open. They can shoot. They know how to make the shots. But
all of them can now.
Right, all of them. Every last one of them. But when you watch a game, it seemed like either whether it's your endurance or just the flow of the game, when you raise up and shoot, it affects how you play. Like it affects the ball going in. So if your conditioning isn't right or your head isn't in the game, you're not gonna hit them shots. And I think that's what happens to Harden sometimes. He overthink the game. I think that happens to LeBron sometimes because I bet you if you watch LeBron in practice, he's hitting his free throws.
I don't know about no free throws, but he hitting that. He'll hit on 3-pointers and shot.
Right.
It's the pressure, man.
Yeah, pressure.
Like, when I used to play basketball, did I shoot the ball a lot?
You shot, yeah.
Okay, did I try to score a lot?
No, I mean you wasn't scoring like that. Like you wasn't trying to. You knew your role. You know how to play to make your team win. You could score if you needed to.
When I had to score, it was all that pressure on you, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was all that pressure.
Were you talking about a wide open shot, or what you mean just somebody?
This in general, because especially if I have other teammates, it's that pressure.
Yeah.
Like when I used to do a move. I start off at the 3-point line. I go down there to the free throw or in that section, stop and pull up.
Yeah.
I put so much pressure on that damn shot every time that I had to hit it. Cause I said, damn, this is a fucking free throw. I got to hit a fucking free throw. And that shot always put all the pressure on me.
Right. And there's something about your first shot. Like when you're playing in a game, especially if you're playing 5-on-5 or 3-on-3 or whatever, but soon your first shot, like you feel like it's a lot of pressure on that first shot. And however that goes can kind of dictate your game. Like if you miss it or if you make it, you feel good. You feel like, okay, I'm on today. So I think that kind of go in your head. I know when I used to play, that's what I used to think about. Like, dang, I missed my first shot. Well, the next one, if I shoot and I miss it, I might have to start passing it. I might have to turn into a facilitator this game. But it's just stuff like that plays in your head.
When I miss my shot, I feel like I let down my teammates.
Yeah, you feel like that. And on a larger scale, NBA players probably feel this way too. Like they're like, man, all these people watching, they're booing, they're talking. If I'm not locked in the game completely and blocking all that stuff out, it's going to affect me. And that's why home court plays a big part. And when you're on the road and stuff like that, sometimes players on the road, they play better just because they feed into that energy. Like you doubting me? I'm going to be the underdog today. Or, just all these different things play a factor.
You're right. They said, now this may be a myth, but a lot of people say that don't talk junk to Jordan.
And LeBron too. I've seen some stuff with LeBron.
But LeBron is different. He's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you really got to talk to him. You really got
certain stuff kind of gets. I mean, I'm pretty sure he hear it every night, but it seemed like certain stuff bother LeBron, and he'll call it out, and he'll be like, "All right, watch this," and that just goes to show that these players can take it to another level.
LeBron could be the best scorer ever if he wanted. No, Shaq probably. LeBron could be if he was like that type.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't nobody could stop him.
Right.
If he didn't have to worry about getting hurt, just say if he didn't have to worry about risking his body, you couldn't. Nobody could stop him now in the NBA.
Right. And he's kind of like that too. I saw another clip of Dwayne Wade was talking about how he saw LeBron roll his ankle really bad. Like he was like, if I roll my ankle like that, I'll probably be out at least 3 weeks. he said he kind of walked around a little bit and he kept playing. He scored. I think he said he scored 6 points in a row after he rolled his ankle like that.
He did it a few weeks ago.
LeBron is just different like that.
Yeah.
Some people just gifted and just have abilities that not everybody has.
If they say, LeBron, you get to play once a week. If you scored 60 in this one game, 60 or 70 in this one game, your team gonna win the rest of the week, and you get to take the week off. Mm-hmm. LeBron could drop 60 every single game.
Yeah, he could do it.
It ain't gonna be a pretty 60. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be, I'm going through the whole runs of That's what it's gonna be.
Right. And he could do it. But just imagine if LeBron had James Harden's work ethic and come in the season out of shape. In fact, he wouldn't be the same player.
He weighs too much, and he couldn't be the same player. He weighs too much, and he'll lose a lot of his speed. Like LeBron still got good enough speed. I can't say on defense now, but he still got good enough speed on offense that he could get past you,
right,
and lay the ball up.
What they should do? They should let regular people try to go one-on-one with NBA players just to see how it feel to have somebody guard you that's really in the league.
Is you crazy?
I want to see how it feel to have real talent on me. You know what I mean? I want to see, because people say LeBron's old or something. We say these players can't play defense. They'll show you they can play defense. It's just NBA players they're so fast and the game is so quick. Like if you one split second, somebody could be gone. One wrong lean, you lean in the wrong way a little bit. That's all they need.
Now, Brandon, okay, what age do Brandon want to play against an NBA player?
Okay,
at 37, at 37, 30, 24, or 19. What age you want to guard what? You want to guard? I think 19. I can hang. I think at 19 and 20, I could hang with what? Yeah. But what age do you want to guard what?
It would be funny now, but I didn't even think about that.
Shit, go watch this. Be at 37, guard my 14-year-old nephew. I was like, oh shit. And how he was dribbling, because my mind still worked. How he was dribbling. When I was 22, I'd be stealing his balls, because he didn't learn how to. He don't learn how to. He kept his dribble a little too high, too far out, and I could participate. If he do a little crossover, I could click it away. But I couldn't do that. No fucking 37.
That's right. That's what I tried to do. Like you can see how you're gonna steal it, but you like, oh dang, I'm older. I can't do the same thing. I can't move like I used to. It just don't work.
I said, damn, keep going.
But it's just like you feel like you know the game and you know how to get the ball, but you just can't do it, or you feel like you can jump and shoot. It's just not there anymore. And I think a lot of NBA players, Russell Westbrook for certain, he's going through that now. Like he's like, man, I can see the plays I want to make, but I just can't make them anymore. I can see the shots, I just can't make it.
Cause I was like, my nephew got the elementary dribble. Like that's dribbling. He's dribbling right. He needs to play more basketball because he'll learn not to dribble like that. And I seen it. I said, dog, these steals, I can steal every single one of these. But my body couldn't do it though.
But you know what? Like when I used to play with you, when we first started playing, you can tell like when you play with people, not gonna say in the hood, but just you playing with people that know how to play basketball, know how to dribble. Like with me and Eric, we weren't necessarily playing with those type of people. So we just shooting. We're not really strong in dribbling. Like people can rip us real easy. But being around people that can play defense and steal the ball, that's how you build up your handles. You know what I'm saying? So it just take being around certain people, certain players to build your game up. And that's just a part of getting better at basketball.
You're right. Like if your dribblings ain't strong,
right,
you flash it back to the 80s, 70s, and 60s. You put that shoulder. The person right here, but the ball be right here. and then if you get Then I was like, okay, he got him off. Then you could face him a little bit. Then you could charge him.
Right.
But, see, people don't even know that. You
Right.
take this
Because
back
some
to the
people
80s.
just some people just play in their driveway and they can shoot and they're good at shooting. But basketball is not just about somebody just letting you shoot wide open. You got to know how to cross people over. You got to know how to make sure people ain't stealing the ball from you.
Yeah, my nephew, he guarded me tight. I took it straight to the 80s, man. the ball, keep away ball until he loosened up. Then I could face him again.
Right. And that's just being smart playing basketball. That's funny.
Shit, Jordan used to do. Why is it Jordan? Not too many.
Well,
they do it now because they more skilled. But back in the day, ain't nobody.
Right, and that's how you save energy. Jordan, you'll turn around, you'll kind of gain some energy back, and you figure out how you're gonna play the play. You don't just come down, just dribbling, just wasting all your energy, and then you ready to shoot. You ain't got nothing in the tank. So you just have to be smart. You just have to be smart about it.
Because Jordan on his young days, he was face up. He'd do that. You remember we had that thing of bird, boom,
right. And all your energy, like you can do that when you
know what clip I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, right. I know what you're talking about. But then when he got older, he'll catch the ball down low, start doing all this stuff.
Like this.
You try to burn a bunch of energy doing all that stuff. But that's just youth. When you're playing as a youth, well, not youth, but you a young player versus a seasoned veteran in the NBA. Like I say, LeBron do that now too.
And the thing I like too, like I was watching Tim Hardaway, like he had the basic crossovers, but in some clips, you could see him do that behind the back stuff. You're like, they could do it, but they still didn't have to do it back. I don't know. It's like different. But it
was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Like you think I don't need to be doing all this. You might get benched, but I don't see too many people dribbling like that nowadays. Like Kyrie will dribble like that, but I don't watch basketball as much. But people not really. I don't know. Basketball just seems a little different nowadays.
What you mean?
Like, I don't see that many crossovers and stuff like that. Like I see a couple players do it. Like name somebody who's doing crossovers. Like I think people are so scared they don't even try to guard you like that to get shook. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I'm pretty sure it happens sometimes. Like I see Harden doing sometimes, but people like don't even want to try to guard Harden like that because you don't want to be on. Go ahead.
They do crossovers just to get an open shot. Back in the day, they used to do crossovers to drive to the lane to lay the ball over.
That's true. Open. Yeah, that's true. So it'll look different. Like when you cross somebody up and you go into the hole, that's a little different. But crossover for a 3-point shot.
Yeah, and crossover, then you will step a side step.
Yeah, step back and do all that stuff. Yeah.
But back then, when they did a cross, they was going past the hole.
Right. It's just funny how basketball changed. Like, like you say, when somebody cross you up, they go into the hole. It wasn't to cross you up to step back to shoot or step to the side. Like, that just lets you know how much the game changed. Like people don't even drive like that anymore. But
I gotta watch it. I need to watch some more. I gotta watch it. Because they when a person come down, because they do the crossover just to get separation.
Separation.
But now back in the day, we cross over to lay the ball up to do a layup.
But Kyrie do it. He'll cross you up to go to the hole. James Harden, it's just not Ja Morant. I mean, it happens, but it seems like more people are looking for an open jump shot. I don't know whether they just feel better shooting or we just in a shooting time.
Well, shooting the ball will save your body. Going through the hole.
Yeah, save your energy, right?
Well, you go get hit. That's why I say if they promised LeBron he couldn't get injured, God said you ain't gonna get injured, he'll go to the hole and dominate.
Every time.
You gonna get banged up, but he go dominate.
It just take a toll on you.
And now he's kind of older. He'll go to the hole and lay the ball up under the goal. Yeah, like a layup. Back in the day, those be dunks.
Right. And I think people, like you say, they just kind of conserving their body. And you ain't gonna admit this. I think he took off this season during the stretch because it just wasn't gonna make it. I think, and he just knew he didn't have a good team.
Or was he chasing the scoring title?
Who got the scoring title then? I didn't even see. Like I said, I used to follow all these stats. I used to like to see every day or every week who got the most assists. I don't even keep up with that kind of stuff anymore.
Who did get the scoring title?
I don't know. Might have been Giannis.
No, hell no.
did he not win last year, or he just won the MVP?
Let me do a quick search.
Oh dang, LeBron does that. Did get
maybe Joel Embiid, Giannis, or LeBron. I think Joel Embiid got it. Yeah. But that's amazing, baby, to get a scoring title and you 37 years old.
Right, that's crazy. Well, because how LeBron's our age? Is he our age, or he's a little younger?
About 6 months. He's a year older than you, about 6 months younger than me.
That's crazy.